Hello, it is Saturday and I am working on a birthday cake for my grandson's 18th birthday party. So I thought I would show you how to make buttercream frosting. This is really easy and it is the best frosting. I'm just going to make vanilla buttercream and I'm doing a double batch because I'm making a large cake. So I'll just tell you how much you would need if you were just doing a single batch. So I'm going to use 2 sticks of room temperature butter. I use salted butter. 1 batch would be 1 stick, okay? 1 stick for 1 batch, 2 sticks for 2 batches, okay? And then I'm going to put in the same amount, so that's 1 cup. I'm going to put in the same amount of vegetable shortening. This does not have to be a particular brand. I prefer Crisco, but it is expensive, and this is honestly about the only thing I use it for, so I just bought a store brand. I'm going to go with that. So I'm using my KitchenAid mixer. You do not have to have a KitchenAid mixer, but I will tell you that a hand mixer struggles sometimes because this gets really thick for a period of time. So we're going to turn this on, and I'm not going to try to talk over it, but I may move the camera back and forth just to kind of show you what it is looking like. We'll see how this goes. Okay, I'm going to cream this up just a little bit before I add my vanilla, because it's going to sling it everywhere if I don't. Okay? Okay, so all I'm doing is getting that cream together, and you can see it's pretty creamy. I'm going to get a spoon and I'm going to push down on the insides of the bowl so I make sure I don't have any clumps of butter or shortening hanging out there, okay? Scrape all that off on the beaters, okay? Now I'm going to add 2 teaspoons of vanilla. If you're doing 1 batch, you would use 1 teaspoon. And then I'm going to whip this until it's really light and fluffy. That was a little fast. It got slung it out everywhere. I'm going to do this for just a few minutes. Okay. Now that's really creamy. See, that looks like frosting on that beater. Now I'm using a 2-pound bag of confectioner's sugar for a double batch. Of course, if you're doing 1 batch, you're going to use half of this or 1 box because it comes in 1-pound boxes. Okay, now if I start that right now, it's going to be crazy. This is where I don't measure. I don't know how much water it takes, but I'm going to add. So I've got 1 cup here. It will not. I don't think it'll take a whole cup, but I'm going to add probably 1/4 of a cup. And then I'm going to turn this on the lowest setting and step back because I don't have a shield on mine. Now, some of you have a nice KitchenAid or a mixer and it has a shield here. Mine does not have a shield, and I have a tendency to sling sugar everywhere. So I'm just starting that on the lowest speed. Okay, so it's pulling it, but it's starting to shoot sugar out, so I know that needs more water. I'm going to about another 1/4 of a cup. Maybe not even that much. And I will usually toggle, is what I call it. I toggle my on and off button so I can pull all that sugar in without slinging it all over the kitchen. Okay, so it's pulled in. Now I'm going to start turning it up. I'm not going to add more water at this point until I see what it's going to look like. So I'm just going to let this go for just a few minutes. Okay, let me see if I can get you over here so you can see what it looks like. See, that's mixing up beautifully. Okay. So now I'm going to stop it Now, this depends on how thick or firm you want your frosting to be, whether you add more water or not. I need it to be a consistency, soft enough consistency that it spreads easily without tearing the cake, but firm enough consistency that it will hold its shape when it is in a decorator bag through a decorator tip. So I'm just gonna let this mix for just a few minutes. I'm not gonna add more water to mine. I'm gonna use it just like it is, I think. Let that mix till it's really, really, really fluffy. And that's it. That's buttercream frosting. So yummy. Delicious, delicious. Yeah, that's a good consistency. Okay, so now here's what I do. I unlock my bowl, it's unlocked, so it will raise up. So I'm gonna start raising it up slowly. Now I'm not gonna pull this all the way out, but as it starts raising up a little bit, I'm gonna start turning the speed down. Okay, and there you go. See, that gets most of that off of the beater without slinging it all over the kitchen. There you go. That's the prize right there. If I had kids here, somebody would take off with this. Okay, I'm going to show you. So this is buttercream frosting. That's my recipe. So you need, oh, that's so good. That's such a good consistency. It's really smooth for smoothing, but it will hold its shape for decorating too. So for a single batch, you need 1 stick of butter and a 1/2 cup of vegetable shortening. You need 1 teaspoon of vanilla and 1 pound of confectioner's sugar, and probably 1/4 cup or less. Use less and add, if you need it, of water. You can use milk. I tend to use water. I don't know, it depends on the person. And I'm doing a double batch for a bigger cake. This is like a double size 9 by 13 cake. And so I used 2 sticks of butter, 1 cup of shortening, 2 teaspoons of vanilla, 2-pound bag of confectioner's sugar, and about, it's probably just shy of a 1/2 cup of water, but add that a little at a time. Now, if I were doing chocolate buttercream, here's what I would do. When I creamed my butter and shortening the first time before I added the vanilla, I would cream the butter and shortening, and then I would add vanilla. I would add cocoa. For a double batch, I would probably do a cup, probably a whole cup of cocoa, because I like a deep, rich flavor. And then I would actually add about, probably about a 1/2 cup of Hershey's chocolate syrup. Then I would blend that all together before I added my confectioner's sugar and water. That is the best chocolate buttercream I have had. I could just about eat it like ice cream. So anyway, I'm going to go frost this cake, and thanks for watching. Have a good day.